Hey.
Uh,
How's it going?
Going.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see here. So, how long was it since you had last watched that episode?
Maybe like a month and a half or something. I don't know.
Yikes. Yeah, we've gone off the rails with our original intentions. It's fine.
Mhm.
Totally fine.
I don't know if it's you
Okay.
or me, but every time you talk, it's breaking up really bad. I don't know if it's my connection
You
or yours.
you sound broken up to me.
Yeah, it might be mine. Damn it.
What you're just on wired connection?
I'm not wireless. I don't have wired right now. Just on
Oh,
the phone.
oh shit! I'm doing that during a rain storm. Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, the music just stopped. I was like, why did the music stop? Oh, because I only have it looping for 10 minutes. Duh. Yeah, Herschel confirms.
Sounds like you need to try something. Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. Here I am again on my own. Durka 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 doo. There's two of them. So weird. So, Shane, what'd you think of that show? Well, let me tell you, Shane. I really appreciated this episode quite a bit. Me too, bro. Psh. Um. So, what do you want to talk about now? Worst case, we don't do another episode, I guess. Uh, doesn't have. Hmm. Didn't know he didn't have a wired internet connection. Not ideal for doing a podcast. Usually, if you're doing a podcast on the internet, probably not the best. Eh, eh. Oh yeah, I got my new cable in Herschel, so I don't need to, um, you know, I don't need to do the thing and the stuff with that. I keep wanting to say duct tape. I don't need to do the yeah, more art than science. Bandwidth and throughput are are of the devil. Kudos on the new cable. Thank you. No, because I noticed that. I know there's Mike again. I noticed that.
Oh, it's going again, isn't it?
Uh, keep talking.
I can talk like this and talk like that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, pretty electric, but or crunchy, I guess they call it.
I'm
I
try
mean,
one.
it's not the
I'm gonna try
worst.
one other thing.
Eh,
One other thing quick.
okay. Yeah. So the, so Shane, what, how about that local sports team? Um, no, what else was I gonna say? Oh, uh, electrical tape, I guess is what I was thinking. Even though I literally just told Mike he was electric or something, I couldn't think of electrical. That's so weird. Brains and words are weird. Back to you, Shane. Now to you. Um, yeah. What do you think? What are you thinking? What do you think? Yeah. What do you? Yeah. What? Yeah. I could do the like Will Ferrell thing. For this is usually how I end the show, but the like, relax, don't do it. When you wanna go through it, relax, don't do it. When you wanna go. Yep, that's really how I should always end it. Is it Cha Cha Slide? I don't know how that goes. Garble, garble. Wait,
Garble, garble.
what are you? Well, keep talking.
Hold on.
What have you been trying?
Switching my internet and stuff.
Oh, switching it like airplane mode and all that.
Yep, you got it.
Pretty cloudy day.
Yeah. That's all I got. Right
Although
now.
I guess it's been kind of crunchy the last couple times too. So I was just saying, yeah, probably not the best for doing a podcast over the internet. To use a tethered connection.
Well, it was working fine for a while now. I guess maybe since I moved here, it's been an issue.
Well, you probably don't usually need to do necessarily a huge amount of data uh, over the web. But or wait, I don't. Yeah. So, yep. I was gonna say like in person is is maybe the alternative. Which we've never really done this
Maybe.
show, but to be honest, it could honestly like totally could now. I have the setup. Yeah. Could have him save locally, then you remix later. Yeah. I don't think Mike has the setup for that right now. He'd have to download Audacity or something, Herschel, right? Because you need a little more than. Oh, or there's
Well, do we? What you want to reschedule it? Okay.
Not really, but
Right.
I mean, yeah, you probably don't want to rush over here either.
Not really.
You're like, I'm wasted. I can't. No. um, I knew you were gonna say Zencaster, Herschel. I just knew it. But the problem is, the Zencaster uses the internet. um, I mean, or no, it does record locally. Wait, is that how it works? Maybe I had it wrong the whole time. Yeah, you're totally right, aren't you? Like we did. So the reason I know about Zencaster is because that's what you used for America's Next Top Podcaster when I was on there.
Gotcha.
So maybe wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Is that really something? Well, in terms of recording, but it's terrible for Twitch.
Twitch.
I mean, whatever. I mean, postpone it long enough. Keep talking. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I couldn't even tell that that's what that was. It just sounded like.
I don't know why. And your feedback isn't great either for me. I don't know what's going on in the Connect because I just speed tested everything.
Or your download is. I mean,
my download is at like on my internet on my Wi-Fi. It's at 197 megabits per second. On mobile, it's at like 495. So it shouldn't be a connection issue like that. I don't know why.
Wait, what? How are you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still using.
I have enough. I have plenty.
Like right now, that's what it's at?
Yeah.
You said 490. What is it?
Like 495. It was like 495 ish.
Okay.
I also have a direct line of sight to a tower that's like right down the road from me, so that might help.
It might help, but
the signal's literally like kind of
doesn't explain
sending right over.
why I would be choppy to you in any way, though.
I don't know. That's why I don't understand. Maybe it's the headset.
Yeah, maybe.
It's Xbox headset.
I mean, Herschel, why are you always like right there with the same things we're saying? It's like he's always on the same wavelength. Wait, we could test. Do you have like a set of just earbuds or something you can test it with?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer you.
Okay. Now, you hear me?
Yep, I sure can.
How's it sound?
So far, I mean, it sounds about what I'd expect for the quality, but it doesn't sound garbled so far.
So it sounds better than the headset right now?
It sounds, yes, in that it, I mean, I think so, Herschel.
Yeah, let's see what Herschel's verdict is.
Just reporting a user. Tiny but tinny but not garbled. Yeah, makes sense. Are those wireless as well?
Yes.
Huh.
I have an iPhone. I don't have anything that's going to wire it in with an iPhone right now. Technically.
Dang. I would have given you a pair or something. I mean, those cables I used to put in the iPhones aren't very long though anyway. But
Yeah.
oh. Well, how do I sound
What?
to you on those?
Sound great. Sound way better than. This
Really?
must be my headset then. Huh? I guess so. Those are just going to stick to
Interesting.
the game. I might just have to get another something else. I don't know.
Herschel's got a good point. Was your headset connected to two devices? Like, is it also connected to your Xbox or something, or
It does, but I
phone?
turned off. Make sure the Xbox is off when I'm
Oh.
connected on
So,
this.
do those have like a reset button or anything like that?
Probably.
Okay. Well,
I'll have to.
wait,
I'll figure it out later.
I guess we can just do it like this then.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, it's fine. It's better. It's better in the sense that people will be able to understand you,
Right.
and you'll be able to understand me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dialogue.
That's the point, right?
Oh, he says repair for the win. Yeah, maybe you could try that now.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
All right. Well, I suppose let's get into it. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. In 3,
And do it.
2, 1. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Disnerds Plus, where we talk about your favorite nerdy shows on the streaming platform Disney Plus. This is episode 59 for Thursday, March 14th, 2014. Always needing to correct the date. Today, we're talking about Echo number 4, Taloa. I'm Shane.
Hey, I'm Mike.
Well, hi, Mike.
Hi, what's up?
For those wondering, we have some technical difficulties. Mike is on different alternate headphones at the moment, but it's better than where we were at before. So that's what
Sure was.
we're doing for now.
Yeah.
It's almost like I was gonna say the alternative would have been to just call in, like, call now. But it does kind of sound like you're on a phone or something.
1-800-555-2211.
All right, listener, you're on the line.
That's funny.
Yep, been a couple weeks again, but here we are back at it once again.
There's only one more episode.
Yep, I finally got through that one as well. So I do my best not to spoil things on this one. Long time listener, first time caller, exactly. All right, let's dive into this. Previously on Echo. That's the one where we had we learned about the Tuklo, I put gunslinger in the notes, but obviously there was a different name.
That's right. She was a gunslinger.
She was very much a gunslinger.
She was a badass gunslinger.
Indeed.
Can't talk.
Obviously they had another name for it, but I just like that term because that's what my character is in Pathfinder right now. Jacksonius, the gunslinger.
Did you get Jax from a certain
yes,
cat name?
Yes, I did. And
nice.
I told you about
That's awesome. I think you did.
Yeah. Yep. That would be Mike's.
I could just imagine he's like a walking cat with a little Viking helmet on with a sword.
Oh man, that's a little too real right now because I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and he's kind of like a combination cat dog. He's like a lion and a dog in one, but he's doing some weird like bipedal things in this where he's just on two legs. It's kind of interesting.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah. So Chula, she goes to visit Scully, and then we had the gentleman named Vicky. Found out he was in contact with Zane, and then Maya got kidnapped, and then suddenly we had Henry, Maya, and Bonnie all tied up at the skate rink. Zane, the old, what is he? He's a Brit, I guess. He's not like Cockney, but he's like maybe Brighton, or something like that. Maybe he's from.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I don't know.
And his friends arrive there at the skate rink, and Vicky was all cocky. Him and his mostly him, but his two ladies he was with, and he was trying to push Zane around unsuccessfully, obviously, and then he gets it in the end. We had Maya. There was a little bit of damage he did there, and then Maya came and struck back, jumped through that "Make America Skate Again" wall.
Oh yeah, that was great.
She had like a makeshift weapon along the way there, and then just when they looked like they were gonna take out. When things started going bad for him again, and it looked like Zane and his goons were going to take out Henry and Maya and Bonnie, I guess. Then they got a call. Of course, we all know who that was.
Big man.
What's that?
Said a big man.
It was God. Okay. Yeah. And then Henry kind of admitting now he's ready to actually help Maya at the end, and then Scully gave Maya her new what do we call that? Her new leg, I guess. and then of course, and then at the end we get the Kingpin showing up. Yep. 2008. Maya's getting some ice cream from a guy that turns out to be kind of a dick. Which was...
You know, when I first read that, my dyslexia must have kicked in because all I saw is ice cream and dick, and like, why did you put that?
Or the other way around. Yeah.
So you're like the guy in what's that? Seth in the damn movie. I can't think of where he draws dicks all the time. But you guys making ice cream for him.
Wait, the movie where is that the one?
Oh, I can't.
Is that the one where the guy does the graffiti of the dicks, or is that something else?
It's God, I can't. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I know the movie. It's where McLovin. It's in McLovin.
Super bad.
Super bad. Thank you.
I like how the name McLovin is so prominent that you remember that before the name of the movie.
I know.
So this scene was kind of what I put as a prelude to a previous scene we had seen where it was basically, I think it was basically the Kingpin beating the shit out of a guy, and Maya looking on. Now we get a little more context. I don't remember if we actually saw the ice cream guy at all, like him selling, trying to sell her ice cream, but he was trying to get her to talk, and it wasn't happening. And he got, like a couple of people we've seen in the show, got impatient and basically told her to piss off. And then Kingpin sees this from his, limo or whatever, and
scrap out of him.
Yep, takes him in the alley in front of a dumpster, and God, just like, and the sound work on this is so intense, like
gruesome,
so much bass behind it, and it's just, oh God, you can feel the hits almost. Like, I think if he did, like, he'd probably actually kill someone if he did this.
I felt for I'm like, man,
it's like, I know he was a jerk, but holy shit.
Get it, yeah, but damn, that. I think you could let him go now. It's done.
You could see why he cares, why he's let Maya live. He cares very deeply for her. But and then again, we see Maya looking onward. Before that, he calls in to someone to get a new jacket because he's got blood on it now. And then we see Maya looking onward. We get a brief pause. He kind of sees that she's looking on, and she's kind of like, can't tell if she's gonna just like start bursting into tears or what's gonna happen. Like, she's just confused, and then she decides to run over and just start continuing to kick the guy. The guy on the
start beat the crap out of him even more.
Guy.
She's like, he hasn't had enough.
Which tickles the Kingpin pink. He he just kind of looks proud a little bit. Looks onward like,
oh. He's like, that's my girl.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I didn't really think about. So she's still a kid, so her dad's still alive. So, like, she's just hanging out by herself with the Kingpin all the time?
Yeah, he is basically, because when he's doing all her Kingpin's biddings, he's leaving Maya with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Like, you do this stuff, I'll watch your daughter. And by the way, I'm going to kill you one day because I'm going to take your daughter for my own kind of thing. That's
wonder if she had I think she had a nickname from, like, Uncle Penny or something like that, or Uncle Pinhead.
Uncle Penny. Uncle Fat.
Oh, wow. Which, by the way, I don't know if we talked about it before, how I saw something where Vincent D'Onofrio said he like he wears a fat suit now, like where he didn't before, I think is what he said. Like, he's happy he doesn't have to, like, he lost the weight and everything. But yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
because because Vincent D'Onofrio, for those who don't already know this, he basically went from a large fellow in Full Metal Jacket to a thinner guy in other things. Like, The Cell comes to mind. Like, what the heck else was he known for at the like, is it the 13th Floor he was in, I want to say? Obviously he's known for far more things, but just not
Men in Black. I know he was in Men in Black.
Oh yeah, the Edgar suit. And he was yeah.
And he was in like, was he in Law and Order, one of those weird
Criminal Intent? Yeah. Yep.
Because he acted really like psychotic in that show, kind of like
Criminal Intent, really?
Yeah, he seemed weird, like he seemed like he's off or something. I was like, but it was his character. He's supposed to act like some. Oh, it was just like It's weird.
That's
It's
kind
just
of how, like, what's his name, Christopher Maloney was a little bit in SVU, but like toward like Predators, he kind of got a little yeah, handsy with the guy. Like, not in that way, but you know what I mean.
Whoa.
Like in the Kingpin way, right? Like, um, yes, I said criminal intent, Herschel. Thank you. Once again, right there with it.
Checking.
So we jump to 2021. And this is where things are happening with.
This is
Yeah,
where
so they're at the
stuff
table. They're at the
happens.
dinner table. And this is now a grown woman, Maya. They're having their dinner. They're one of their dinners at the Kingpin residence, luxury apartment, whatever the hell it is. And we've got the interpreter there, she seems lovely. Um, honestly, and she's like speaking very eloquently, um, to Kingpin with the sign stuff, and I'm thinking the whole time I'm thinking like he's just letting her, like, this lovely woman, just know all this stuff because Kingpin's talking about all the now you've gone from the theoretical to the practical. I think I've made him a little too British, maybe. Um, but and basically she's ready to advance in his Kingpin organization or whatever. What is it called? The, oh, well, I guess is it the Tracksuit Mafia? I guess. I mean,
Nah, he's got a lot of things. He's just like he's the boss of all the small like gangs and stuff, and the
right,
head honchos for each gang kind of thing.
right. So yeah, then Kingpin tells the interpreter that she's dismissed, and I'm thinking the whole time I'm like, oh god, and of course one of his henchmen follows her right away, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's not gonna actually, and I'm like, maybe he's just escorting her out, maybe, and then for a while it seemed okay, no, this is good, I'd seen everything, and then no, I won't say anything, and then I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, come on, everyone that crosses you, even and she didn't even cross you, she was just there, you hired her,
Right?
like she did nothing. What the hell, man? Not cool.
How dare you?
I mean, they yeah, he's a huge jerk. Obviously, did it off. Like you can still hear it, but you think. I mean, well, obviously, Maya knew. She's grown up at this point. She knows what's up. Considering she's
Yeah, that was it.
part of
That
it.
was that was that was bad. It's like, oh, this interpreter's doing her job, got hired, and then you kill her for her job because she knows
Yes,
too much
right.
now.
Stand up, super. Yeah, gentlemen. Okay,
Ugh.
so then we jump back to, I guess present day. Are we present day now? Is this now Marvel
Yeah.
present day?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Present day Marvel.
Ish,
Yep.
or when at the time of the release of the show, which was
Sure. Yeah.
already
Yeah.
been a couple months, I guess. But yeah. So we see her. She's still kind of in awe of the Kingpin being there and alive and everything, and then a couple of his goons come up behind her, grab her, and then Kingpin just kind of like pop a little contact into her eye, which which I put as an ARASL contact, or
Basically, yeah.
augmented reality American Sign Language. Yeah, one of the
Maybe one day they'll have that. That'd be
one
cool
day. Yeah,
for people.
I think Apple. I think that's ultimately their goal with the Apple Vision Pro. They want to want to take it down to glasses and then probably contacts eventually. I'm assuming. I'm sure they've even explored that at this point, but not quite there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to turn that thing into glasses. Like how big it is.
yeah, for sure. So so pops it in, and we see right away that it is doing it's doing a virtual sign language when he speaks. Um, So she can see that. And then I was a little bit confused initially. It was there's a person talking, so the talking is happening. Is it happening in his eyepiece, or is it happening? It must be because
it's happening in the eye.
well,
piece in her.
that's what I thought initially, but like so she doesn't need.
He's got an earpiece in, so he's hearing what he's saying when he's
Right, right.
doing that, and she sees when he's talking. She sees what the ALS is doing, or ASL is doing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, because he's obviously got his eye patch, but then um, it winds up having some form of electronic thing connected to that, which I thought later. I thought I didn't think this initially, but later I thought maybe that was tied in to this system somehow as well.
That was just a healing thing.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, so Kingpin's there, Fisk is there with he's ready to have one of their family dinners, Sunday family dinner, and then she corrects him. It's Thursday. Um, but they go inside. He's got like a basket, um, very Fisk like. Brings a picnic basket basically. Says he's not angry, but wants to tell her that he's not angry, and he takes off that aforementioned
Eyepiece.
Yeah, piece. I guess yeah, that's a good point. It's healing somehow. Has a little bit of like a blue glow.
It's got the Marvel technology in it. Whatever it's doing it. I don't know. That's all I can say.
Yep. And then he's got a couple of bandages that were kind of holding that on as well. That he takes off so she can see his true form. I don't know. So
you can see my true form. Ah, my eye.
Ah, my eye. So the ready, he's he's talks about his disappointment and trying to kill her or kill him. Says she was so ready to believe the worst, and then he does like a what do they call that, tongue click or whatever, and she talks about how violence was their language, so it's should be expected.
Fair.
And he also, goes on to say he thought his actions were heroic. She says she used to. I used to. Is that you? Ordered her father dead.
Oh boy.
How
dare you do that to me?
I always had your back.
I'm just kidding.
What?
Did you see how like, ah! Like,
yeah. So he always had her back, and then he said he could stand when she'd get hurt, and that hasn't changed. Then he proceeds to. She says she's gonna pour the wine, so he walks off a little bit in the home and draws the curtains. Wait, draws them? Closes them.
I'd say closes them, draws them. Yes.
Remember if draw means open or close. And he's looking at some family photos, an older one when everyone was young. And
still alive.
Yeah, young and alive, yep. She I didn't think about it. They didn't outright say this, but actually so her father, like, when the time of that photo, her father was in with some bad people, but did they say it was Fisk at the time or not? Like, when he
I don't believe so.
Okay, so when he went to New York, he didn't know Fisk yet. Cuz I'm almost wondering. I was almost wondering for a moment if if Kingpin ordered like the death of her mom or something, but he didn't,
Mm.
or his wife. Like, I mean, that would be a way to get him to New York potentially, but I don't know.
It's a possibility,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So yeah, she does in fact open the wine and then proceeds to pour it down the drain, and open some colas, the classic cola brand, whatever that was. But so I'm wondering, like, well, she just didn't like. Does she not drink, or is she afraid of it being poisoned or something? Or what was the reasoning exactly there?
Um,
Didn't want to be
I'm not sure.
vulnerable around him or something like.
I think it was, yeah, she wanted to have a clear head.
Yeah,
So
it's fair.
she decided they're going to have sodas, which
Yeah.
is a good point.
Yep. Yep. So he talks about how the Lafette came highly recommended. Um,
He wasn't even that mad. He was like not mad about it. He's just like, oh,
yeah, and it was
well,
probably a
yeah.
super expensive bottle. Blah blah blah.
It probably was. Probably like a
Actually,
few
yeah.
$100.
No, I'm actually curious now. What what? Let's
You're gonna
see.
look it up, aren't you?
I just want to see real quick what that go. Oh my god. Yep.
Oh,
I'm seeing. Well, I'm seeing 875, but then I'm seeing some cheaper ones. But some of them 875, 779, $1,500. But then I'm seeing
it's gotta be some
36.19.
damn good wine.
Yeah, apparently maybe you can get cheaper versions, but I'm seeing it like spelled different. Anyway, yeah.
Speaking of wine, I might now that we're talking wine, I might after this have a crack open my bottle of wine.
Maybe she just wanted to spite him, knowing that it was a super expensive bottle and just wasting it. Who knows? But yeah,
Oh well,
so
this is from France.
France, yes.
Francais.
I mean, yeah, it certainly sounded like it. Um, yeah,
The
so
Chateau Lafayette Rothschild.
yeah, and then the cookies from he also brought the cookies from Levain or Levin.
Shane, why are his cookies always coming up these days?
I
It's
know,
all over the
man.
place.
It's crazy. I
Though the cookies and beer thing, that was pretty good. I like that. That
feel
was
like I
awesome.
gotta try these cookies at some point. These look pretty good actually.
And they're
um,
real. They're real
yes, I
brand,
see
aren't they?
that. Yes, I see that.
What are they
Yes,
called again?
Levain or Levain. Um, yeah, I will. I'm ordering a box right now. No, um, but
Well, you can. Looks like you can get delivery.
oh shit. I got 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies coming up. Let's start there. Um, but yeah, so he asked her if they're still her favorite, and she kind of acknowledges, yes, in fact.
And
So
my favorite. Yeah.
and he said, let's hope those don't go the way of the wine.
Oh, look at that monthly subscription, $49 to get a cookie box every
I
month.
do not need a monthly cookie prescription, like subscription, cheapest. Yeah, no, no. Why is that a month? Like, we don't need a subscription to everything. Holy shit.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
sure they sell a lot though. So they said he said it's been a long time since we've had one of our dinners, and how was that like? So she drops a knife here, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. She's just as she's unraveling her napkin or whatever. That's
Oh yeah, it kind of got awkward. Like, ooh, who's gonna pick it up? Like,
mm-hmm.
she gonna pick it up and knife him? And just, of
Yep.
course, it wouldn't work. He's got pretty thick skin, to be honest.
I think
Unless
they
he went for the eye again.
I think they both went for it initially, but I think she was the one to grab it, right? Or no? Or was it the other way around? Whoever it was, they flipped it around. Like first, they looked like they were going to hand it with the blade forward, and then flipped it around. But
Yeah.
he goes on to offer the Empire as long as she comes home with him.
The Empire.
And you can tell she's kind of thinking about it a little bit. She's actually thinking about it a little bit. Goes on to tell her that he'll be waiting at the Choctaw Casino for her until he leaves for New York this weekend. Now we don't actually know what day it is at this point, but oh wait, it's Thursday. Yeah, we do. We just learned that, as a matter of fact. All right, so so then back at Skate Life, I didn't get the name until now, but
Skate Life
is the name of the skate rink. Roller rink? Do people still say that? I feel like that also applies here. But she's talking to Henry, back to talking to Henry about the dinner she had. He's like, dinner with him? What? And how he's handing her queenpin. Thought that was kind of cute and clever.
How dare you? What are you thinking right now?
And then Henry's next line is, please tell me you're not that stupid. And she's like, just because you don't think I can, and then he interrupts, I know you can. That's what scares me. That's what scares me. Then Henry goes on to say, you want to know why I'm 45 and alone? It's because he took everyone away from him. I'm like, that's sad, man. Like, shit.
That is a sad thing. Because he didn't want anyone to get hurt. Makes sense. So.
It's right around that point that I realize the camera pans out, and I realize he has been mopping up blood, and that there's plastic over things from the incident that happened on our last episode.
Probably the night before.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, he's not going to let that sit. Actually, come to think of it, I wonder how long it would take for that to dry. Like, I wonder how quickly this is happening. This is probably actually happening. Yeah, might even be the same night still.
Maybe, but keep for your imagination how you want to interpret it, I guess.
Yeah, leave a little bit to the imagination for sure. Yeah. So then, then she's talking to Henry about after her dad died. He's talking about how after her dad died, he tried to get out, and that Fisk threatened to kill him if he did. Then he came back to it's not Tahama. It's not Tahoma. It's not Tahoma. It's
Tahama.
Tahama, maybe.
It's hard. I don't know. It shouldn't be hard to say, but it's like
I think
it
it's
is hard to say.
I think it's Tahama.
Tahama.
Because it's like Tahoma, but with an
Tahama.
Yeah, so he came back here to do his dirty work, and she doesn't want her to become him. He doesn't want her to become him. And then she's talking about how he just left her in New York and she wasn't okay. And he said,
"Who are you gonna call Ghostbusters?"
In New York, sure, yeah. So, the new movie's coming out. I actually still have to see Afterlife as well.
Oh man, you fail.
So, well, yeah, whatever. Take my geek card away.
I can't wait to see this one. It's gonna be cool. I always love Ghostbusters.
Literally,
so.
Yeah. Frozen Empire, yeah. So he said he's sorry. He was confused and scared, and all that. Then we are transported to the Choctaw Nation powwow. Finally, the thing that we were learning was being planned in like the first episode. That Chula was a part of the planning committee for. And it's at the Haskell County Fairgrounds, which I looked it up. I didn't look up the fairgrounds. I did look up that Tahama or Tamaha. That's how you say it. I think. Tamaha
Tamaha,
is
Tamaha.
in fact in Haskell County. So good job, Marvel. So then
It's a
Chula.
real place.
It's a real place, unlike Madripoor, Wakanda, among and
I mean,
Sokovia. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I guess this is a local thing, but they got the whole Renaissance Fair location around for Wisconsin, and they were in Loki. TVA
Yes.
did.
So that was 82 or something, also, or something like that. So we don't exactly know. Do we know for sure there wasn't one in Oshkosh? I don't know, but
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that. Oh, good point out, Shane.
yes.
Damn it.
Yes, we happen to know that we do have one in Bristol, which is pretty close to the Illinois border. Or actually, how close is it? It's pretty close, right?
We're 10 minutes away from the border, I think.
Yeah. Yep. It's fun. It's a good time there. Go check it out sometime. If you're in the area. But
Renaissance Fair is going to love you for that. Oh, hey, it's free advertising. All right.
yeah. So let me see. So at the powwow, we see Chula bringing over a box of items to another planet there, Caroline or Carolyn, however you say it. And she asks her Carolyn line asks her to pass a bulb to her. I guess it was a light bulb. At the time, I wasn't really paying too close attention to what kind of bulb she was referring to, but that would make sense. And then suddenly Chula gets a bunch of visions. She sees that woodpecker.
Woodpecker and Prego.
And then somebody pregnant in her dream, which at the time we don't really understand yet. And yes, I put this in the notes for next week, but I did confirm that I was in fact I was so sure I got the woodpecker right, but nope, I would have disappointed our friends because it is in fact I have it here. It's a yellow-bellied sapsucker is actually what it is, not a pileated woodpecker. A lot of woodpeckers happen to feature the colors black, white, and red. And this one is no different, but yeah. So yellow-bellied sapsucker, or as we'll learn, I think in the next episode, there's another name for that. So maybe I won't say that just yet.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Shane. Shh.
Okay. All right. You just keep going. Like, stop, Shane. So yeah, she starts having those visions, and then Maya, we see simultaneously, is having visions as well, and she kind of passes out from it. So next scene, we get Henry.
It's like a weird trip.
Super weird trip, man. Whoa. Next scene, we see Henry's pulling up to Chula's driveway in his pickup truck there, and yeah, Maya is in the passenger seat. She's just kind of, I guess, coming to maybe at that point.
She's still in the haze, like, what's happening?
Like,
and
hey, man, where are we?
I
Oh
just
shit!
took a
Why are we here, man?
gnarly walk in the external plane.
So, so then there's you can see there's something. Henry says there's something's going on, and he thinks Chula can help her. So, then we see they get to the door and Chula's there, and she seems surprised to see her, but she hesitantly kind of lets her in, just gestures over, come on in. She proceeds to set out cookies, which I guess I don't know if I noticed if they were the same kind that Kingpin had or not, but she proceeds to offer her a drink, and she's kind of like, let's stop pretending everything's normal. And then Chula says, "Fine." And so Maya proceeds to sit down at her dining room table there. Okay, this is maybe a super subtle thing, but I think the actress that plays Chula, I think she does a little better job of kind of like thinking about what the sign is. Everybody else, like Henry's just like all about it, right? Like he's just like spot on with it. And Chula, I think, actually does. No, it could just be that she's genuinely thinking about what to do next. But I appreciated that a little bit more because, again, if it's been 20 years and maybe they haven't been using it as much, this makes a little more sense. So Chula tells her or asks her what's so important that they had to rush over here. And Maya says there's something in her head, and she feels like she's been losing it. That there's these dreams that come whether she's awake or asleep, and that they've been more intense in the last 24 hours. Obviously, I think it's safe to say the first one was when she was on the train. First like vision she had. They haven't really been described as visions so far. I don't think, but that's essentially what they are.
They're like Vision Quest.
Vision Quest, sure.
Woo!
So yeah, she starts describing him to Chula about how there's a bunch of people she doesn't recognize, and that there's places she's never been, and that they've been happening since she got to Tamha. And I don't know, I said Tahama before. I think I'm getting more and more dyslexic or lexic disc since I the last couple of years. It's crazy. Anyway,
you're gonna say I'm starting to get senile. Okay,
I'm getting all
cool.
senile. So a collapsing cave. Yeah, she's talking about how that one of them featured the collapsing cave, trees. I'm trying to think what the tree. I guess we're going to be about to find out. On a woman braiding her hair. I don't know if the trees were from one of the previous visions or what exactly, but it could be about the story we're about to learn about as well. So Chula says everything makes sense now, and so Chula begins to talk about the tale of the night that she gave birth to Maya's mother.
Yeah.
And goes on to talk about how there was complications with the pregnancy, and that her and her family, her sisters, against the doctor's orders, they took her out of the hospital, the White Hospital, as she put it.
Yes.
And they brought a midwife into the forest to be around her sisters, which maybe this was what she was referring to with the trees. It could have been that, or it could have been the when we had the aforementioned gunslinger, when she saved all those dudes in the forest, possibly. That was also a forest, but so then we see do you remember what her mother's name was offhand?
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I'm gonna see what that echo show is. Her mother's name is It's let's see, Loak. No, wait. Oh, these are all Taloa. No. I don't know. It doesn't just straight up say. Oh, yeah, it doesn't say like Maya's mother, so it makes it a little more difficult.
Hold on, let me see here.
Let me see.
I can figure it.
See if I can recognize it. She's probably actually further down because is it Ramona? No.
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 It's either. It's not Taloa. The young act. That's right.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna use the old Google machine here and say, who is Maya's mother in Echo? That is what? Well, I see the actress, but
What's the actress name?
yeah, there she is. It's Katarina's. Oh yeah, I guess we can just
Yeah,
use
that's
It's
that's
Taloa.
Taloa. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, where was I going with
We
that?
figured it out.
Yay! So
Yeah.
Taloa bites on a stick, and she, obviously she's in labor. She's in quite a bit of pain, and she starts seeing kind of almost what looks like fire in the trees, and then proceeds to start seeing these other visions of again these past um, ancestors, right? And so Chula goes on to say how they had the ability to, or I'm sorry, the ancestors had the ability to know when they were truly needed. And then it shows a scene where it's like pouring rain out, and the whole time before this, Taloa was like laying on a bed of sorts or like a table or something, right? I guess a bed.
Or
Um,
yeah, or I thought it was just a big rock slab that she's
sure,
laying on,
sure.
but I
Um,
could be wrong.
and then suddenly the next scene shows her standing in the rain, like against a tree, and she was very much in labor at this point. Like, I was just like, I don't know why that would be. That's not a thing people do when they don't like get up and walk around, right? Like,
I don't know.
wouldn't think like if you're in that
I
much pain, you wouldn't want to do that, but
I've never
never given
had,
birth. Yeah, no, exactly.
nor have I had to experience someone giving birth. So
That's
you have to
fair.
ask one of our friends that's
Yeah,
got
fair,
kids. No.
fair. Yeah, no, I was just curious about that part. If that was just meant to be a like film movie magic kind of a or like just a creative decision at that point or what that was. But anyway,
Maybe it's like a ritual or something that they
yeah,
do. Just
maybe
I don't.
cuz
I
yeah.
don't know,
Or
man.
maybe I didn't think about it. Maybe it was just because it was pouring rain out. She didn't want her face to be, all the rain to go into her face. That could be. But so Chula continued to talk about how there it says Taloa right there, how Taloa came into the world, and set set about lifting the pain of others. That she was set on basically lifting the pain of others, and
Mm.
that she had a gift and an unbreakable connection between. Oh, and then how she proceeded to talk about how there's an unbreakable connection between mother and child, and so goes on to tell Maya that when her mother was killed, her heart shattered and that she wanted to die. Um,
That's why that connection probably broke.
mhm. She said that she didn't disown her, but her father specifically, and that she was angry. Um,
Yeah.
and then
Fair though.
Maya went on to say like she basically because they moved to New York, she grew up thinking Chula was the one that destroyed their family, and Chula said she couldn't bear to be around her, and that she was so much like her and her father were so much alike. And then we see a little tear stream down Maya's face. And then then Chula starts talking about, she gets a little bit excited. She's like, so this is like, she thinks these visions and everything are generations are echoing. Um, that's like, but they said it. They said the name of the show. um, Kind of.
echo.
But she makes this gesture like behind her head, like it's wind or something, drifting, more or less. And that they're reaching out to us at a time when they need them the most. And that's Maya gets a little bit upset at this point because she's like, "I was a child, I needed you," and then I say whimpers. I don't know. I don't know why I say
Whimper.
She whimper. She slams her fist. Maybe. Yeah. I guess Chula maybe kind of whimpers. I think that's probably what the subtitle said.
Oh.
And then Maya slammed her hand on the table and said,
got up and kind of.
But you chose yourself. And then storms off. And Henry asks how it went, how'd it go, and she just says, "I don't know, exhausting." Then we see Chula looking around, kind of like thinking, and next scene,
looking at some clothes.
she goes into another room, and we see she's got a little clothing item. One of them headless, armless mannequins, whatever those are actually called. Pulls off, I think, one piece of clothing. So you see, like, the starting point of it, just a basic vest. And I said, it sounded like, ooh, I smell costume origin story.
Right. That's what it definitely was. It's just like, oh, this is how the costume is gonna get built somehow. Boom.
Yep. So then we see we get a couple of quick scenes here. We see Bonnie's home. Bonnie's looking out the window in front of her kitchen sink. I guess presumably doing dishes. I don't remember exactly, but she's in front of her kitchen sink for sure, just kind of looking out the window. Wonder where Maya is, what she's thinking about. And then see Maya's riding around on our motorbike.
She's riding around in the town.
Then we get to see Biscuits again. Very little of him in this episode, but we get to see him. It's
good old Biscuits.
Yep. And it's him and this guy. I got his name here somewhere. Woody, at the junkyard, and they're there to fix Pokney's truck or Chula's truck. I think Pokney just means grandma, basically, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Pokney, however you say that. And then this Woody guy says everything the light touches is yours. And he says, "Isn't that from Lion King?" He's like, "It's different, but it's the same." It's like, okay, Disney, I see you. But it's just so funny when they have Star Wars references in Marvel movies too, which is it's interesting on multiple levels because Natalie Portman is in the MCU too, and
that's true.
But then also, I think there was a Silence of the Lambs reference, and Anthony Hopkins is also in Marvel. Like, I don't know, it all gets. Eventually, they have so many actors; it's impossible to not.
I mean, they also reference Big Lebowski, and I mean, Jeff Bridges was in the Iron Man, the first one.
Good one. I missed that one. But in this case, yeah, everything Disney touches is their kingdom at this point. But
everything Disney touches is gold.
Gold. Well, not everything, but
most of it.
Yeah. So he says, Biscuits goes on and says he'll know what he's looking for when he finds it, and then this next line, I was a little confused, but he says Chula always says nothing's too broke to fix. If you want it bad enough, don't throw it away. And I was like, nothing's too broke. I think he meant not to fix, but he said nothing's too broke to fix. But yeah, then this Woody guy says, don't get lost. He kind of sends him off. And see more of Maya riding around. She's riding around. No, that's that's from Tommy Boy. So
Riding around.
back
Woo!
back at the skate rink, which shall now forever be known as its proper name, which is Skate Life. And Henry's doing some more mopping. He's mopping. First, I thought he was sweeping in the scene, but I think he's probably doing more, continuing to mop.
Oh, he's mopping up the red stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't really make sense because he's actually doing like more of a forward motion. Like you wouldn't sweep that direction, but but it sounded more like it was sweeping. But anywho, back at Chula's home, we could see. So this is kind of a. It's not really a montage. It's like a. I don't know what you call it. I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's like so showing several scenes briefly.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean,
Like
I don't know how to.
montage,
It is kind of montage. I don't know the word to use.
Maybe that is the word to use. But yeah, we see Chula is starting to stamp some leather pieces with her mallet.
I remember doing that as a kid at camp.
Yeah, I remember that Cub Scouts or whatever, or Boy Scouts. I can't remember exactly, but I did a little bit of that myself. Actually, it was
Nice.
I think it was like a sheriff's badge kind of a thing. Now that I think about it, or a pin. We usually have a new one here, like a Hearthstone one over here from BlizzCon. That's just 3D printed, I think. It's a lot easier. So then at the casino, we see Maya enters and she brings out a gun and proceeds to enter the room that Fisk happens to be staying.
Oh my gosh, she's got a gun!
She's got a gun. I didn't really think about it at the time, but he didn't really have that nice of a room for the Kingpin. Just saying.
That's probably the best room they had. I mean,
yeah, maybe.
He's in the middle of nowhere, basically. Not near a big city, really.
Yeah, true. So I suspect you've come to kill me again.
Mm.
And he goes on to say he can't remember a time he hadn't loved her like a daughter. And then she proceeds to say her memories are a lie. And that turned a monster into a hero. Who turned a monster into a hero? He turned a monster into a he turned a monster into a I think that's basically what she's saying is when she was younger, she kind of
monster.
Yeah, made her believe a monster was a hero.
Mm.
And he goes on to say she knew what she was a part of. And then
Which, I mean, she should have known like what she was doing.
Yeah. But and then he asks her, who's the monster? And he told her he was the only one, or she says that he told her he was the only one she could trust, but that was all a lie. And that even those contacts the cool techie contacts that he has, were because he didn't care enough to learn sign. And this is where he gets. I distinctly remember this emotional scene because he shouts it like, "I was there for you," and now knows that he failed her. The same.
He got emotional.
Yes.
He's getting super emotional.
He gets a little emotional too when he beats the shit out of people or kills them or murder kills them.
Very murder, death, kill.
Yep. Yeah, and that the same as his father failed him, and now we're getting his origin story. So he brings out this box with a hammer in it. He says he keeps it with him to remind. It's kind of weird that he takes it on trips, but keeps it with him to remind him where he came from. And maybe he brought it just for this specific occasion for Maya. I don't know, but he said he had to do it to get there. And then Maya was kind of like, "You killed your own father." She should have let follow that up with a hammer. Like Jesus,
Right?
man.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
He went on to say his father felt stronger when he beat his mother, and it wasn't until he got strong enough to stop him. That's what he says. With that, and he said he killed him to be free to move forward in his life. So enough games. Free yourself. Free me. Free yourself. Free me. Just because he hands her the hammer, and then she proceeds to drop it. She drops the hammer, back down in the box, and then proceeds to say, "You and I, Maya, have come for full circle. In the morning, come home." So there's more riding around, more riding happening, more riding on the motorbike, thinking, riding and thinking, think riding.
Ride.
And then so she's back at the house, and we just see her. She's just kind of looking out into the pond there, and having flashbacks of her and Fisk, both good and bad. You know, she's kind of like outweighing the pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm. As you do.
But then her final flashback we see that she has is of her mother, which I think is kind of like that's kind of like the ultimate, ultimate point here that she's making. So we see that she continues riding around. Now we see that she's leaving Tamaha, Oklahoma. There's a sign she passes, so guess that means she's not meeting Fisk. And so we jump to the airport. We see there's a phone call that Fisk gets, and it's on the other line. We hear, "I'm sorry, Mr. Fisk. We tailed her, but she's gone." And
he gets really mad.
Not uncharacteristically, he gets mad, but he doesn't. Uncharacteristically, he doesn't get mad at the guy on the phone right away. like
yeah.
Well, you can't kill him on the phone. I guess that's.
he was just pissed. Really pissed off.
He was pissed. Oh,
I'm sure he wanted it. If someone was around him, they probably might have died, but no one was really around him. And he needs his pilot because.
Yeah, true. To be clear, he just gets like a, bah! Like hits something in front of him.
Like, oh, look at, he's mad. Oh no. No.
All right, so what I've decided to do for the next couple episodes is give me a little bit of notes here so I can kind of collect my thoughts about this rating. My notes are no Scully. No Scully, which is to me that's a pretty negative. Not having Scully in this episode. Scully's one of the better parts of the show. You know, and I hate to, so listen. I'm going to preface this. I'm going to say, so this is true of Miss Marvel also. Like, I feel like they're giving the funnier parts to the males. This is a problem because so in this one it's Biscuits and Scully. In Miss Marvel, it was her brother and her father, right? Like those were the funny dudes, right? Like, I mean, you could give the women some funnier parts. That'd be okay.
That would be. That's true.
It's because of that, and in both cases, like Maya's grandmother Chula is a little bit wittier, right? So was maybe I'm trying to think of Miss Marvel's name all of a sudden. I don't want to say it wrong. It's Kamala.
There you go. Okay. You got it.
Because I have mispronounced it, like the VP's name. But spelled the same for the record. her mother in that show, also similar, a little bit witty, a little bit, what's the words? Sassy, maybe, right? Little sass to him. But
Yes.
not comic relief, not like the two dudes in both of these shows. But anyway, we only got a little bit of Biscuits in this one, right?
A little bit of Biscuits, yep. No, not a lot of Biscuits, just a little biscuit.
And then I put minimal action because it's like, it was mostly Fisk beating the shit out of a guy. And then, but it was cool with the cool high tech, and it was very Fisk heavy in general, right? Like this is the most.
Yeah, this was the Fisk episode for sure.
And to be fair, like all we'd really seen him was like a hospital scene. The end of he so far he'd only appeared in flashbacks and at the very end, like the shock value scene where he reappears in a couple episodes. So this is for sure the Fisk episode. So how do I feel about that? Let's find out. I'm going to say 3.8 because I think D'Onofrio does a great job as Fisk. But yeah, maybe not the best. I don't know. What do you think?
3.6 is what I give it.
Oh wow, even lower. Woof.
Wasn't my favorite episode, but I like Fisk stuff. But
yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it didn't have enough action. And just it was just one of it was a Fisk episode, but it also felt kind of fillerish in a way. A little bit, but that's just me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, one more episode to go.
Woo! And then they're done for a while. I think that's not been out for a while.
Yep. All right. Well, hey everybody! Thanks for listening. If you would like to, write into us, you can do so. Disnerdsplus@gmail.com is the place to do that. The website, if I ever get around to adding stuff, I'm just going to make it a running joke. It's still a running joke. If I ever decide to work on it, it's but there's still information there. You can see it's disnerdsplus.com is the place to do that. Recording our last episode, if all things go well, next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/ShaveMadOx. You can find Mike at Cool as a Cucumber, and you can find myself at ShaveMadOx. Super weird friggin' name, but there it is. Until next time. What do we say for this one?
Meow.
Meow. Bye.
Later. Woo! Yay! You did it!
Yay!
Meow!
Everything is just meow.
Everything's meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Everything is meowtiful.
Meowdy,
Everything is
meow
great.
time. Yeah, that was.
Oh, yeah, so, and we'll probably, so this was Kingpin Heavy. Next episode is going to be kind of, Taloa heavy a little, or more so. So, we can mention it more there, but, obviously, that not only was her mother in the show, also hearing impaired, but the actress also is as well, yeah. Which is probably just cool to hire people that
It makes sense to do that too. Like,
yeah.
why would you hire? got to be some type of sign language person that wants to be an actor too.
Well, Disney's finally getting better too about like everybody in this is in fact Native American, right? Like it's they're getting better about not casting and of their animation as well. Like animation is gone that way now as well.
Getting better.
Yep.
Oh, one more day of work. Woohoo!
Yeah, and then it's St. Patty's Day weekend.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait.
All right, well. Thanks for troubleshooting that. I'm glad we got some suitable. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe have Tyler take a look at the headphones. Yeah, he's got nothing going on, right?
I'll probably first try to like unpair and repair and stuff. So
yeah,
but
and then you may want because like the audio. Well, I'd be curious if the audio like you haven't had audio issues with any games or anything.
Not really, no.
Interesting.
Huh. Whatever. So, all right.
Bring on the hangover scissors.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I took Monday off.
Samesies. All right. And I said, I don't know what time we'll be back. We'll see. But I'm not planning on being back for a while that day.
It's not going to be until like afternoon.
Yeah.
Like early evening at least.
Right. Do headsets pair with the Xbox or controller? Yes. With the Xbox. Or the controller. Are you asking it's or the controller? It's the Xbox itself, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything with that. But he'll do. I had to do some troubleshooting yesterday, incidentally, with my headset because all of a sudden, when I had to do something at work, like I was going to host something at work, I had all of a sudden my microphone started cutting out, and I was like, "What the crap?" And I didn't figure it out right away. No. Like I just had somebody else host at the time, even though I probably could have used some other microphone if I was thinking. Or I could have just held my wire one way because that seemed to work. But thankfully, I was able to overnight a new cable for it and got that working. I mean, I actually got it working last night just by like using some electrical tape to like just to bend it a certain way. It seemed to work fine.
Yeah, but that's just temporary. Just a Band-Aid.
It was a temporary. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm keeping that as a backup should this new one, should something happen. But
I know.
Yeah, always audio issues. But
yeah,
yep,
it's audio.
Yep.
I'm tired. Apparently, maybe I'll just go to bed early.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I probably should do the same. So I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for this weekend. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think Saturday's just going to be a chill night because I'm going to be up early to go to get breakfast in the morning. Woo! Yep. I ain't. We'll see. We'll see how early, like if it ends up being as early as we say, but I'd like to.
But okay. Hey, I'm out.
All right. Have a good one.
You as well. See ya.
Bye. All right. As is tradition, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna kick things up. We're gonna end things, whatever the term is for that. We're gonna end the show now. We're gonna end the stream. The show's been over. We're gonna end the stream now, and we're gonna go